Hey YouTube, this is Ada coming in to do a video. I know a lot of people going through a lot of things, and generally I come in on and make videos on some of the supplements and things I take and just a holistic approach to health. But today, since mental health is a part of that holistic approach, I came in to talk about the coronavirus, and I'm not going to get into details about symptoms and all of that because I feel like all that type of stuff is out there. But what I came in to talk about is fear. And these days and times people are um, uncertain, um, and that's an understatement. People don't know what's going to happen, and with the jobs and the economy and daycares shutting down. Some people jobs have shut down. It just depends on where you live and what's going on in that particular place as far as the numbers. But I come in to just discuss fear and how all of us are affected by it at one point or another. Over the past few months, I've been going through a very fearful time, um, and a lot of uncertainty. And so now I really know how people feel, um, to have something that you can't see that's hidden, and you don't know where it's at. I mean, that is just a very fearful situation to be in. And I understand how people would panic and start to trying to preserve themselves and do all these things that to try to save yourself and your family. That's very understandable. We're human. But what I came to do today is just to encourage, because you know God hasn't given us a spirit of fear, but power, love, and a sound mind. And I say that not judgmental. I say that because I have experienced over the last 4 months a lot of fear. Fear of the unknown, of what was going on with my health, and not finding any answers with the doctors, and running to the emergency room to try to find out what's going on and no answer. That is a very fearful state to be in. But let me encourage you. I mean, to the point where just obsessed with trying to find out what's wrong, because I'm the type of person, I want to know if something going on. I want to get to the root of it, and I will not rest until I get to the root of it. That's just how I am. That's how God made me. But what I realize in all of this, we have to learn to trust God even when we're fearful. And even with the coronavirus, sometimes we have to learn to see the good that these type of situations bring. And from the perspective I'm looking at, people are drawing closer to their families. People are spending more time at home. People are getting a lot more compassion in their heart, because of this, because we're all rocking in the same boat. There's no big eyes and little U's now. Everybody's on level ground. So, and it don't matter what background you come from, we all are in the same situation. The only difference is some of us are going to put our hope and our faith in God, and some of us are gonna do our own thing. And I'm not saying that judgmentally, but wherever you put your faith at, that's where you're gonna rest. You're either gonna rest with the assurance that God has it, or you're gonna be anxious, or you're gonna put your confidence in the things that you can see, feel. And I'm not saying don't be logical. I'm not saying not to protect yourself and your family. I'm not saying not to prepare, but I'm talking about the anxiety that comes with not having a solid foundation or something higher than ourselves to put our confidence in. So with that being said, I hope that this video encourages someone, because normally I talk about supplements and healing and health, but mental health is a big part. And and there are practical things that we can do when we feel overwhelmed, or we feel stressed, or we feel, uncertain. We think first of all, we need to think about the things we can control, and the things that we can't control, we need to look to a higher power. I call him Jesus. I don't know what you call your higher power, but we have to look to something larger than ourselves, because these situations like this can put an undue amount of stress on the body and the mind. So we need to, I ain't gonna say we need to, but we learn to, in these situations, we learn to cope, and we learn to adapt by doing the things that we can control. Eating healthier, maybe boosting our immune system by taking more vitamin C, making sure you get proper rest, drinking more water, incorporating healthier meals, just doing the things that we can do. And if you're the man, when you go out, you're wearing your face mask and gloving up, do what you can do. But then the rest, we just have to trust and believe that there is a God who's in control, who knows the end from the beginning, and who will be glorified through it all. So, that's the perspective. I can only speak from that perspective, and I know this video is not for everyone, because maybe everybody don't believe in God, and that's fine. I'm just telling you from my perspective, and just practical things, whether you believe or not believe, what you can do. Washing your hands, keeping your hand sanitizer with you. If you're the man to wear a mask, do all that type stuff. Eat healthier. Get your vitamins, your supplements, your vitamin C. Take a multivitamin. Eat your greens. Keep your immune system up. You may could do some echinacea, elderberry, things like that we know boost our immune system. And from there, just trust. Enjoy your families. Enjoy this time that God has given you to be with your family. And love on them. And most of all, love one another. Now when you go out, when all this stuff before was going on, sometimes people are not cordial enough to even greet each other anymore. And it's sad, because when he get to that point where we're not humble enough to greet another person, with hi, how you doing? These people will look you in your face and not even say a word. I don't know where all that came from. To me, and I know there's a whole mindset of that paradigm of why people do that. Because, the young people got this thing about people being thirsty. Baby, a lot of times that's not thirsty. That's called good manners. That's called being a light, joy. And, because, I was taught that that's the most cordial thing you can do is speak. You got to hold no conversation. Just, speak. If somebody speak to you, speak back. Everybody's not thirsty. Everybody is not looking for a mate or somebody to bed down or whatever you want to call it. Some people just was raised to be cordial and be pleasant. That's what's attractive, being cordial with people. So with that being said, be encouraged. But I hope this situation will teach us that things can happen. You don't have control over everything that happens. So we need to learn to be humble. We need to humble ourselves and be a blessing to each other. With that being said, I'm going to conclude this video. I pray that everybody will stay blessed, stay prayerful, and stay watchful. And, do what you can do. Some things are out of our control. We can't control. But we can control our attitude We can control. We can choose. We can choose to have a good attitude. We can choose to love our brothers, you know, and our sisters. And even if you don't believe in God, you got to exist here on this earth with other people. So why not be present? You know, we can choose our attitudes, believe it or not. No matter what's going on, we can choose. We can choose to be positive or we can choose to be negative. You know, it's simple as that. We can choose to hope for the best or we can choose to hope for the worst. The God gave us the power of choice. And so, guys, if this video is helpful to you, like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for checking in. This is Ada, and you know, check out my channel for more information on different products like Diatomaceous Earth. I don't sell it, but I talk about it. I'm going to be talking about echinacea. I'm going to be talking about a few things in the next few videos, but I just want to come in and encourage my brethren and sisters while we're going through this trying time in America. And it's getting better. There is a light at the end of the tunnel. And I think we're all going to learn from this. Thank you for tuning in. So if it's been helpful to you, like, share, and subscribe. And be blessed, you know, and be a blessing. And, you know, encourage one another. Thank you for tuning in. Bye-bye.